Large study, this was sent to me by an anonymous source. Large study finds that replacing workers with AI is backfiring badly. That is a bad headline. That is not what the study found. It just found that there was no difference.
It just found there was no difference?
Yeah. Like, so 80%, so they surveyed 350 global business executives whose companies are at least churning in $1 billion of revenue annually. And 80% of them admitted to trimming their human staff to make investments in AI or autonomous technology. But then when it was compared to the companies that had not done that, there was no appreciable difference in revenue.
Fun.
So replacing your employees with AI does not help your business.
It just makes you look scummy. Congrats.
Yeah. And then what this article points out is that to make matters worse, many of these businesses specifically reduce their headcount to free up the cash needed for AI technology, meaning they sacrifice valuable institutional knowledge and employee goodwill for nothing. So they were like, we're firing people so we can free up resources to throw at this AI thing, and then the AI thing didn't actually help them.
Imagine being literally any of these losers. Just any of them at all.
And institutional knowledge is a very important thing that a lot of companies just kind of ignore and assume will always be there. But like, there are a limited number of people who know how to properly set up a machine tooling factory out there. Like, the Smarter Everyday guy, he made like a barbecue scrubber. And he made videos about his process of developing the barbecue scrubber. And at one step in the process, he was talking about how like, oh, this guy who is designing the die cast or something, like, I don't know, some fucking machining thing that I don't fucking know because I don't have the institutional knowledge. But like one of the machining parts of the of his tool, it was like, you are one of like 5 guys left in the United States who knows how to do this, and you're like 70 years old. So like, people are saying manufacture in America. Okay, but the Americans don't know how to do this shit anymore. Which is not necessarily a problem if you're going to play nice globally.
You know what's funny? We do this with so many industries. You know what's really dumb? It costs several $1,000s to become a pilot. You know what America has? You know what America has a distinct lack of right now? Pilots. You know what America has a distinct lack of as well that costs
Doctors?
thousands of dollars to get? Doctors. We don't invest in our own people. We tell everybody do for your country, but then the country doesn't fucking do anything for the people at all.
Yeah, no, it's all brain drain at this point. But and like I'm not even one of these people that's like, oh, we need to bring manufactured jobs back because that's the reason the 50s were so good is because manufacturing was high. The 50s was also when we taxed billionaires at 94%. I'm not in this, we need to go back to these old school things but it like that is just, it's highlighting a very real issue where there is expertise that is needed for certain things, and that expertise is no longer existing in the States because the States has been very anti-expert for longer than Trump.
The death of expertise is a thing.
Like, I remember when I was in the multi-level marketing business, one of the quotes that got brought up from the speakers on stage fairly frequently was the, I want to say it was Henry Ford who said it, so it kind of actually tracks. I might be wrong on that, but it was like, nothing is quite as ingrained as the ignorance of the experts. Because they're like, oh, well, if you're an expert, then you're really, really good at this one thing, but you shouldn't listen to the experts for anything else. And that very easily turns to, we can ignore you on that one thing too, as long as we can find a different expert that contradicts you.
Like, here's the thing. A lot of experts do get arrogant because they are experts in their field. But then people mistake that arrogance as ignorance. Having a very narrow expertise does make you ignorant in fields that are not your own, and if you are in an established field and things in that field change out from under you and you refuse to change with them, you can be an expert in your field and your field move on ahead without you, Dawkins. That can happen, but it doesn't mean that you completely dismiss expertise as a thing.
Look, I find it quite remarkable that the AI, it appears to be sentient now.
Claude sucked my knob, and my wife won't do that anymore, so, you know.
Said that she would like to have my giant saline-enhanced testicular
She wants my babies,
masses.
actually, and I think that that's astounding. It's a sign that she has a beautiful mind.
Yeah.
I love our reality. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, I take it back. Some of the experts are ignorance. Fuck talking. Yeah, but no, the death of expertise is a real thing, and it is a problem. And yeah, no, I'm not advocating for going back to manufacturing as being the primary part of your like, you're a service economy now. Canada's a service economy too. Like, that, it's a thing that has happened. But firing people that have expertise in things to hire LLMs that are going to hallucinate the wrong answer a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's
And
not
honestly,
great.
and I've actually seen people are very fast to jump to that's AI whenever there's something dumb. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of annoying me, but I also kind of get it, because like, do you know how many times I've like been scrolling on social media and I see a picture of a cute animal, and the first thought in my head is, oh, that's just fake bullshit. Like,
That's not a cute animal. That's a fucking asshole.
It used to be I'm scrolling, there's a cute animal. Aw, cute animal. Keep scrolling. Whatever. It was a nice little break. But now, because that's a thing that people have done with AI, is like, oh, make a cute... There's so many fucking cute animals out there, man. Why you gotta fake pictures of it? Fuck off. But like, because of that, now my first thought is like, oh, that's probably fake bullshit.
Yeah.
And I hate it. And so I get it when people do it, like friggin' Calvin from Answers in Genesis. He used so much AI in the last video that I responded to, that people were actually accusing him of how, like, there was a moment in it where he quoted himself from an older article, and then he attributed that quote to a biologist. So like, he wrote an article, and then he quoted that article, and then he said, this biologist said this thing that I said in this previous article. Like, it's just mind-bogglingly bad. And I can see, with the way the articles were written, I can see how honest mistakes could have gotten to that point, how just mere incompetence could have gotten to that point. However, AIG has a staff. They have people working on this shit. That is unacceptable. So, like, it doesn't matter whether it's dishonest or, like, whether it was an honest mistake or if it's just them lying. That is unacceptable. But there were people that were like, oh, he probably just had ChatGPT write the script for him, and ChatGPT
That doesn't make it better.
But no, his article that he quoted in was written before they started using ChatGPT for this sort of shit. Like, it was 2022, so it was like right on the cusp. Was ChatGPT available publicly in 2022? I think that came out in 2021.
I think it was available publicly then. It wasn't that great,
but it wasn't very
available.
Good then. People wouldn't rely on it as much as they do now. So, like, I'm fairly confident in saying that he did not use ChatGPT to write the article in 2022 that served as the script for the video, because he did the same thing in that article. But yeah, and it's one of those things. Like, this is just where, like, I hate that the default response now to things that are bad is, oh, that's AI bullshit, because sometimes people are just bad. But it also feels like a cop-out. Like, it almost feels like letting them off the hook, because that's a mistake anyone could have made just by trusting their chatbot. It's like, they still have a staff that should have been able to check it.
Just don't trust a chatbot.
And that, honestly, the just don't trust a chatbot is probably why these companies have not been seeing a profit, because they fired people and then hired chatbots, and then the chatbots did the wrong thing, so they had to have the people that they had left spend extra resources and time and stuff correcting the mistakes the chatbot makes. And yeah, they are getting better over time, but just the way the technology works is basically just predictive text, so there will always be the potential for hallucination with the way they currently work.
I don't like the reality I live in. Can you take me out of it? Actually, don't. There are guns. They can do that just fine.
Bud Dwyer. Be brave like Bud. I'm talking about Air Bud, YouTube. Don't pull the stream down.
But if you're a Nazi, follow your leader. Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Sylvie Snow, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.